Welcome back everyone, Mariah Monetize here, and in today's video we're going to be going over the price of Bitcoin, going to give you finally some positive news when it comes to Celsius, and also going over Voyager and the unfortunate situation that is happening there. So I guess we will start with the bad news. Crypto brokerage Voyager Digital files for Chapter 11 bankruptcy protection. So Voyager was an exchange that also offered people yields on their balances. So Voyager commenced bankruptcy proceedings in the U.S. Bankruptcy Court for the Southern District of New York on Tuesday. The company suffered huge losses from its exposure to crypto hedge fund Three Arrows Capital, which went bust last week. So Voyager Alameda Research is listed as Voyager's largest creditor with an unsecured claim of $75 million. So basically, the filing lists assets between $1 and $10 billion and liabilities in the same range. I do not think that this is over when it comes to companies busting, filing for bankruptcy. We might just be getting started. It's pretty intense. In the statement, the company said it is roughly $1.3 billion of crypto on its platform and holds more than $350 million in cash on behalf of customers at New York's Metropolitan Commercial Bank. Voyager suffered huge losses from its exposure to crypto hedge fund Three Arrows Capital, which went bust last week after defaulting on loans from a number of firms in the industry, including $650 million from Voyager. So when you kind of think of the restructuring plan, the recovery, like what does this mean for people that have funds on Voyager? So if it all goes according to plan, users would receive a combination of crypto in their accounts, proceeds from the recovery of funds from Three Arrows Capital, shares of the newly reorganized company, and Voyager tokens. Clients with US dollar deposits will regain access to their funds once a reconciliation and fraud prevention process with Metropolitan Commercial Bank is complete, Voyager says. So the unfortunate situation there. Let's see here. So the Bankman-Fried, who also founded crypto exchange FTX, has become a lender of last resort for the troubled industry. He recently agreed to a deal giving FTX the option to buy a crypto lending company, BlockFi, for up to $240 million, a dramatic drawdown from the $3 billion it was last privately valued at. Insane. It's insane that a company, and like Theranos is one of the first that I think of, how a company could be valued at so much and things could change in a matter of days. Another thing to consider, or another thing that was mentioned here was Nexo basically claiming that they would buy Volds when Volds stopped with the withdrawal situation. And I think that is just kind of like blowing smoke a little bit. I think that Nexo is trying to prop themselves up when, in my opinion, Nexo could be the next one to fall. I would highly recommend reading this right here, this Twitter account. The Nexo inside sources confirm Nexo liquidates own users for the company profit. So it is speculated that Nexo actually is taking 2% of all liquidations, and this is not listed in their terms of use. So something that you may want to consider. And let's go ahead and just check out now the price of Bitcoin. Let's zoom out here to the 7-day chart. This right here is a 7-day chart on Celsius, but I want to check out the 7-day chart on Bitcoin. Kind of feels like Bitcoin right here is sitting on a ledge. We need a little bit more on the weekly chart to take place. This right here is the daily chart. I would anticipate Bitcoin to make like a lower high, pull back, make a higher low, and then maybe a higher high, but be met by resistance by this moving average right here. Maybe sometime towards the end of the month at maybe like the $23,000, $24,000 range. I think that is a possibility of what could take place next. This is a 12-hour chart. Bitcoin not really looking like it's going to make a high in comparison to this over here, but there are kind of still a couple more candles left in that sequence. This right here is a 4-hour chart, which is looking good. This green 2 trading above the green 1, and basically a higher high is in play to see more continuation on the 4-hour chart. This right here is a 1-hour chart on Bitcoin trending upwards, looking pretty good, I would say. maybe a little bit of a pullback here, and then hopefully a higher high. Let's go ahead and see your 30-minute chart, looking very nice, looking very healthy. Pretty good action there on the 30-minute chart. So when it comes to getting in on Bitcoin, I look at this daily chart right here. I would like to see, and there's only 58 minutes left in the daily candle, I would like to see this green 3 trading above the green 2. I still think that Bitcoin can go up after that, even if that particular instance doesn't take place. I see this green moving average approaching the red moving average, which is also a potential sign that we might get some more room to the upside. I think that this will be a bounce that doesn't last long, and I personally do not think that the bottom is in yet. With the price action that we've seen since we hit about $17,500, after that price action, I wouldn't say that it's really giving me a lot of confidence that that is a bottom. I mean, it could potentially be it, but the price action over the last couple of weeks have me thinking otherwise. But check this out. This right here is the Ethereum chart, which is looking slightly better than the Bitcoin chart. You can see here, Ethereum up 5.7% and Bitcoin is up 2%. So I think Ethereum could potentially be giving us some clues and leading the way in this particular situation, giving us some clues that there is going to be some upcoming strength in the markets, because I like this green crossing over the red. I like this green 3 trading above the green 2. And so that's kind of what I'm seeing there. It's looking like Ethereum is going to be leading the way in this potential little jump here in the price. When it comes to Tesla closed at about $695 down on the day. Marijuana stocks, kind of depending. Tilray was up 8% today at $3.50. I think there's going to be a massive buying opportunity when it comes to the cannabis space. The timing is probably going to depend on regulation. The recession really isn't going to help the marijuana stocks as well. But, I mean, a lot of these stocks are just pretty darn close to zero, down 80, 90%. So they could be some really large buying opportunities. I would kind of like take a deep dive into the financials of these companies to kind of see what's going on and which one isn't going to go to zero. So that's kind of what I'm seeing there. Gold is sitting at $17.38. We have LTC sitting at $50. Coinbase sitting at $51.71. We have DOT sitting at $7. Link sitting at $6.40. XTZ sitting at $1.55. And the Cell token sitting at 82 cents. Obviously, there's this whole short squeeze situation happening where, people were anticipating to get $10, $20, $100. Could that still happen? Absolutely. I personally have not been participating in that, and it seems like the excitement has died off somewhat significantly. I think it's hard for people to get excited about that with the whole just current state of everything and the really bad communication that we're seeing when it comes to Celsius. But the good news with Celsius, which I don't think I mentioned this earlier, the first time I recorded this video, I forgot to push record. So let's see here. The liquidation price currently on Celsius is $2,722. That right there is massive. This is very hopeful. Finally, we have some positive news when it comes to Celsius. So one last thing, if you want a very awesome way to put yourself in a position to pay less taxes on your cryptocurrency gains, iTrust Capital is a really cool way to do that. So if you choose a Roth IRA, you take money that's already been taxed, your income, and you can actually buy Bitcoin. And whatever the gain on Bitcoin is from now until the time you turn 59 and a half is not taxed. And what's really cool is that you can also trade within your IRA account with zero tax implications. So the trading fee is just 1%, but you're not creating a taxable event when you trade within your IRA account. So a really cool opportunity there. I have a link down below. It only takes $1,000 minimum deposit to get started with the Bitcoin IRA. So that's all that I have for you today. As always, go out there and create a portfolio that you love.